Yeah, it is just tragic what we're seeing in this neighborhood and so many others. I mean, I'll just step out right now and let you see this house behind us that we literally yesterday saw burn down before our eyes. It is just tragic. This home, too, is surrounded by other homes just like it that are burned to the ground. Miraculously, though, there is a home just to the right of this one that is still standing. It is literally the only one in this block that is still standing. Let me just take you to some video from yesterday of this first home we showed you burning. This is the heartbreaking moments that crews worked to fight this fire. That fire, by the way, broke out almost a day after the majority of the other houses here burned, which really just speaks to how uncertain things are out here right now. And fire crews worked hard to save that home, but once they couldn't, they did just start focusing even more energy on saving this house next to it. And they did succeed. And even though the homeowner says she's beyond grateful for that, she's still just heartbroken.
They did everything they could to save mine, but I mean, if you look around, it doesn't, in the scheme of things, it doesn't really matter because all of my neighbors have so much. But this community is just amazing, and everyone is really supportive of each other. And I know that there is a bright future ahead, but it's going to take a long time.
Now, Chelsea, that woman you heard from there, just bought this home. She moved in 3 weeks ago, and she said part of the reason she chose this location was because it was not a high-risk fire area. And that's just something that highlights how shocking this disaster has been to the residents here. They were not expecting it. Now, back out here live, what you're looking at are wood chips that she spent hours on rolling up in plastic. She also recently got rid of a high-risk tree, and those were measures she took when she initially heard that a high wind event was coming to the area. Little did she know that it was going to end up being this devastating fire. She thinks that these measures actually may have helped save her home. We also talked to her neighbors to the right of her. They lost everything, but just like you heard her say, they are determined to rebuild. They say that this community is resilient, so that doesn't take away from how tragic things are around here and the destruction and devastation that we are seeing around every corner. But that's our look out here live in Altadena. Zach Fuentes, ABC 7 News.
Yeah, and Zach, you had talked about seeing these residents doing what they can to save their homes, but you've also talked about, adding insult to injury, looters being in the area and having, added to the loss that these residents are feeling. Can you talk about that?
You will not believe this, but as we were driving through here, it's all evacuated, so only media can come through, or first responders, of course. As we were coming through here, a CHP officer told us to be careful because there have been looters spotted in this area. They arrested two looters already this morning. That's on top of more than a dozen that have been arrested. That's what we know about at this point. I talked to one man yesterday who said he was helping save a neighbor's home. They were bringing in a hose and stuff. He thought some people were coming to help. Those people went to a house next door to loot. So people are absolutely taking advantage of the situation out here. It's just disgusting, frankly, but there are also so many people coming together to help one another out, and that is really what's giving people hope and just making things seem optimistic out here.